Welcome back to off-season programming. Today, I'm going to be talking about your programming in the gym and what you could be doing if you can get to the gym 4 days a week, if you can get to the gym 3 days a week, if you can only get to the gym 2 days a week. I want to give you a better idea of how I program and how I think programming works best to develop you and get you ready for the season. Okay, so that's what you're going to get out of today. You're going to get more deeper into your programming if you want to try and do it by yourself. I do always recommend go and get a coach or try my programs. You're going to learn so much more. Anyway, we're not about that. This is not about a sale. This is about helping you. Okay, so if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Give it a lot of the new off-season program for someone that's been doing the program for at least 2 years. Okay, because it's more advanced. Okay, I always start someone off with the basics, right? I always start someone off with something actually easier than this. So if you're looking at it, oh yeah, you write it all down, yada yada, whatever. The secret is actually in all the tempos in this, because it says 4 times 6 on a back squat, right? But the tempos are vastly different. So I'll leave that to the people who are actually paying for the program to actually know the secrets and the tempo and the rest periods in this actual program. Anyway, let's just have a look. Okay, so I've got 2 days up. I haven't shown you the rest. Say you can do the gym 4 days, all right? So 4 days is a really good amount. I think 4 days is like a perfect amount. Like, you don't need to be doing more 4 days to get maximum gains, all right? Like, if you're doing more than that, you're only increasing yourself by 1%, if that. Sometimes you're probably just not even recovering enough. So that's something to think about. And I think most people can get to the gym 4 days, all right, for an hour. So I think 4 days is a really good number. If you want to do 5, 6, then yeah, that's fine. That's cool. You just need to program it out a bit better. You need to think about what you need. Now, I always like to think about what rugby players need. Okay, so we need legs. We need legs. And if you build good legs, generally your core will come with it, because usually when you're doing a lot of your leg weights, and when I always program leg weights, I'm thinking about, okay, is the core working with this too? All right. And this is why you won't see too many leg presses in my programs, is because I want the core part with it. Okay, so if we look at day 1, we have a upper body day. All right, I like to split into upper and lower days, and I find it really good for recovery. I've tried different programming, but yeah, this is one of my favorite ways to get people to recover well and to get stronger. Okay, so I have a dumbbell external rotation. So what you'll actually see is your A1, 2, and 3 are actually all blood flow exercises / usually the exercises people put last, right? And they're your accessories. And usually, people will put their main list first, but I like to put them first because I want people to actually get it done. Okay, so if we're looking over here, I actually want people to get, I want people to get the accessories done. And a lot of people will just do the main list and walk out. But if I can get blood flow to those accessories, that actually should help the main lifts. Okay, and if I go down to the main lifts, we have bench press for this one and chin up neutral grips. Okay, both 4x6. Once again, don't know the tempos, so you don't get the full thing. And what we've done is, one, I've stimulated the nervous system. So one, we've done some sort of power push up. Okay, so we've gotten the shoulders ready with the face pulls and the dumbbell external rotations, and then we're going into bench press. And the bench press, usually I get people to just warm up the bar. Okay, get the bar moving fast and feel get to know how your body's feeling. All right, get everything working right, and take your time building up until you get to your actual working sets. Okay, so then your working sets is actually your 4 sets. All right, so they're not the ones previous. So if you just do the bar, you're not going to count that as a set. And I always just do the bar first. It's always bench press, anything I do body weight first. Even chin-ups, I do body weight stuff first before I add weight to my chin-ups. And I like to pair them together. So what you'll see is bench press with chin-ups. Okay, there is a rest in between there. And what you'll get is I'm getting more time less time in the gym, so more bang for my buck. Right, so I'm getting done two of my big exercises together. And what was happening is I'm actually getting quite long rest between the sides. Okay, so they're literally the opposite side to each other. Okay, or sometimes I do like 90 degrees from like the Monday to the Thursday. That can be another another YouTube. But anyway, what's happening is I'm actually giving myself more rest in between bench press than if I just did bench press alone. Okay. And well, you could have the same amount of rest, but it just means I can get more done. I can, it has been shown to increase hypertrophy doing that as well. So if, you're looking to put on size, that can help with that. And yeah, it's just, most people aren't that strong enough where you just need to focus on one exercise. Most people aren't powerlifters. Okay. Where the nervous system's getting that taxed, where you're bench pressing 200 and you're squatting 400. I'm just throwing out numbers there, but like the heavier you go, the stronger you get, obviously the more rest you're actually going to need. Okay, because the nervous system is what's getting taxed. Your central nervous system, or CNS, is what you would hear it as. Now, so that's the main block of the work. All right, and you might see that and look 4 times 6. Oh, that's not much. That's not that much. Okay, but like this is actually quite a lot. When you add in the tempo they've got there and what you do at the end of those sets. Okay, and then you got your C and D. The C can actually go with the dips and the pendulum row, so they're more accessory exercises, right? Pretty low volume, and one's a real core exercise plus bicep. Like if you've done a Zerk carry before, it is tough. Plus your dips, so I'm adding in more range, and then your pendulum rows. You're obviously getting like a pendulum row. I like pendulum rows, but they're not my favorite. It's because you don't hit the lats anywhere near as well. Just because you're bending over, it's harder. You can't use as much weight. I still love the exercise because you actually have to use your core quite a bit. Okay, let's look at this leg day. And this is just one of the leg days. Okay, so I was actually missing. The other one fills in a lot of the gaps. But sled push, not everyone has access to a sled, but I like to put it in there just in case someone does have access to a sled, because I think sleds and warming up with a sled is a really good way to get strong. Okay, and you're getting a locomotion, so you're getting used to moving forward, moving sideways, whatever it may be, and pushing a heavy weight. So it's not just your normal squatting. All right. And then with speed skips, so just skipping, I like to skip. I like people just doing light bounces. Okay. So that's just, while we're in our off season, I want to keep the tendon strong. Okay. Usually, so actually in the start of my programs, when someone first starts off, it's all calf raises. Okay. Once again, tendons, we've got to build the tendons. So we do things slowly first, and then we build up to the more plyometric, more faster things. So these people have already been doing it for 2 years roughly. So tendons should be pretty good. If someone comes to me and a bit of tendon pain during the season, then I would change that. I'll tell them to change that to a calf raise. Hip flexors, Copenhagen. So we're doing all different angles for the hips. Once again, I'm getting blood flow to the areas that need it before we do our squats, before we do our Nordics, or do your leg curls, whatever I've got programs. And then we've got our quarter squats. So like I said, I don't do quarter squats very often, but I actually like doing the quarter squats at the end, all right, because I like it for the following week. After you've done like heavy quarter squats, it's like your nervous system knows, like, I can carry this weight on my back. I can do this. It's also almost like a leg press exercise where we're going to hypertrophize the legs, because you can actually do more weight on these as well. Okay, so it's less range and we can do more weight. We can get more leg hypertrophy that going on there. You could do more weight with that. You could do more reps of that too. And then the hang clean shrug, I'm big. I love my weightlifting, and I love lifts. I love breaking down the lifts and really working on the small range and building up that in weight. Okay, and then as we get towards the season, doing more of the full range in those lifts. Okay, and just building up coordination of guys and getting people really strong. Like there's so much too. Like it's a hang clean shrug, where you have the concentric, obviously, but you also have the big eccentric, where you're having to stop that weight as it goes back down. And once again, that's all part of this phase. Is we're now putting muscle mass back on. Okay, so if we finish the season, we need to lay down some new muscle tissue. All right, so I need to get guys stronger and bigger again. And the rep ranges, I know you see 6 reps here. Most people will say, oh, that's not really hypertrophy. It is with these tempos. Trust me. Okay, so you could just do those 2 sessions, like you could do those 2 sessions a week, right? And your body will grow for sure. And like you could space that out. So if you could only do 2 days a week, you could do those 2 sessions. Fine. But like, what if you can do 4? Well, then I would have on the day 4, which like say you do day 1 on Monday, day 4 will be Thursday, and I would do another upper body session then. And it would be different. Everything would be at 90 degrees of what we did on on the Monday. Okay, so 90 degrees. So I think if you do a bench press on Monday, then a shoulder press on the Thursday. I'm not saying you just do shoulders. You can do a whole lot of things. I actually usually do chin-ups twice a week too. I love chin-ups or pull-ups, whichever. I just like to tell you what grip to do. Makes it easier for people to know. And then on the Friday, you could do another leg session. And with options of doing a lot of the leg session on the Saturday. So say you had 4 days, you'd do 2 upper body sessions, you do 2 lower body sessions, and then you could fit in your mobility around there. You could fit in a sprint session. So I put in a sprint session for everyone, just to keep the tendons strong and keep you getting faster. Like it's not going to ruin your gains. And if anything, it's going to help you coming into next season, so you don't get those tendon issues. You don't get the knee pain, the ankle pain. Actually, doing some proper sprinting is going to be awesome. So if you could do only 3 sessions a week, what I would definitely suggest is 3 sessions in the gym. That is, I would suggest you do 2 leg sessions. Okay, because legs are so important. Legs are your go-to in the rugby field. You've got to be strong through the legs. So I'd be doing 2 leg sessions, and I'd be doing 1 upper body session. All right, and then I'll be just trying to fit in some mobility stuff at home. All right, like just 10 minutes here and there. Like I don't really like doing mobility stuff, so like all my mobility sessions, I try to make really short and sharp. And I really try and hit like the nail on the head of where you need to work on. So like my mobility sessions stay the same. It's just like get this done whenever you can, because like these are my most bang for the buck exercises that I've got for mobility. But like your strength training, like how we do our squats, how we do a lot of things, RDLs, everything, and even Jeffersons are in here. How we do all that in the RDC programs should keep you getting more mobile, or at least staying mobile. And that's why you see like the hip flexor primers and a lot of different things to actually keep the muscle strong and keep you developing in different areas. I think that we'll cover that. So I hope that really gives you a good insight of like a bit more into programming. There's so much more into it in terms of like your tempos, your rest periods, then what's going to happen to the next phase. So like I would only run that for whatever it came up with for the rest of it for 4 weeks. And then I would have on the 3rd week, I would have an unload week, or a week where I do way less volume. So on my 3rd weeks, what I like to say, or I sometimes I just program it straight in, is if you're a bit flat, you're a bit tired, it can happen on the 3rd week, is to actually unload. And what you do is you're pretty much walking in and doing 2 sets. Okay, so you can do all your warm-ups, you can do all that, but like you're doing 2 working sets, and that is it, and then you're walking out. Okay, so it's really short, sharp, sweet. And what happens is you come back the following week and everything's refreshed. You've still done the same weight, or if not heavier, but it's only been for 2 sets, and that's it. And so that reduction in volume, I always find people come back in that 4th week and they're fresh and they can lift more, and they feel a lot better. And that stops that whole overtraining thing, is like that actual programming style. So you can also give that a go. There's a lot in this actually that you're learning. So hopefully you guys can come back to me real happy with this video. Anyway, if you have liked this, please share it. like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That all helps. And I will keep making these.